Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to New Japan Pro Wrestling's G1 Climax 26. We are on day 16, and we are about to watch match number 4 of 5. Feels like these matches are really flying by today. But right now, we've got Katsuyori Shibata and Yuji Nagata. Blue Justice Yuji Nagata in the ring. And we have our New Japan World players set to 2 hours, 10 minutes, and 55 seconds. That's 2:10:55. And we will be starting when I say go. 3, 2, 1, go. And there you see the referee trying to get these guys to be respectful. I think Shibata respects the old guard enough to not pick on Naito or not pick on Nagata's leg.
And, you know, he may. That remains to be seen. But, I mean, partner, you got two guys here. I mean, Shibata especially. To say that he's proficient in striking would be a gross understatement. You've got Nagata, who can hold his own with striking. Seems more of that technical acumen, though. He's got more of a technical flair and that experience advantage. Who do you got in this one?
I really like Nagata, and I like watching him win because he's so good and he's got just such a great attitude, and I respect him so much. But I really do think Shibata's going to get this. I think this is going to be kind of like the A block, and then it's really going to come down to the last day and how that plays out to determine who wins the block. And Shibata, a good competitor, I find it hard to believe that he would get mathematically eliminated before the last day. And that's, today, if he loses, he is mathematically eliminated. So I don't think that's happening.
And now look at that beautiful transition by Shibata. Had the full Nelson, then the Snapmare takeover, and now Nagata just charging at Shibata there. And you got to imagine Kenny Omega is watching this and leaning forward in his chair, just hoping for a Shibata loss, partner.
Oh, definitely, yeah, because as we discussed in the Kenny Omega match on commentary, Shibata defeated Kenny Omega. And if Shibata wins this match, it's very much possible that they could end up with the same record to Shibata winning the block.
Exactly. And now
that's not something that Kenny Omega wants to deal with.
Certainly not. And look at these two exchanging forearms now. And let's see if Blue Justice is going to be doled out here to Shibata. And now just an uppercut there by Shibata, but Nagata responds with a forearm. Another forearm there by Blue Justice, a third straight forearm. That's what I'm saying. Nagata can hold his own with strikes. Now back and forth these two
hold his own. I think Nagata's a very, very, very good striker. I think he's necessarily on the same level as Shibata, but definitely close. They're really, I mean, I don't want to try and make it seem like he's just an average striker. He's an exceptional striker.
Exactly. And if you're Shibata, at least in my estimation, partner, you want to keep your emotions in check. I feel like Shibata's biggest weakness from where I sit, and you may disagree, is sometimes he lets his emotions get the better of him, clouds his judgment, and he makes mistakes. Shibata's got to remain calm at all times, and I see no reason why he wouldn't remain calm, given that Nagata's the opponent, and like you said, I think he respects the old guard. But he's just got to be very wary of those emotions. What do you think?
Oh, no, definitely. That's exactly the thing is, Shibata can be caught. He's probably one of the best single fighters in New Japan, but there's just a little something missing, and he tends to be mistake prone. He's an incredible fighter. I don't think, if you lined every New Japan performer up in a line and asked me who I would least like to fight, Shibata would probably be in my top 5 of the people that I would not want to fight. Not because I don't think I could beat him. All I have to do is get him, with a few low blows and roll him up and do what Noriano does, but because I wouldn't want to take the kind of damage required to survive long enough to beat him.
I mean, hey, the only reason I laugh at Shibata and I give the criticism to him that I do and laugh specifically when he loses Toriano, just to be clear, is because I know I'm here and he's there. If I had Shibata's face, let me tell you guys, all of my pants would start feeling real warm all of a sudden. I think I'd feel wetness down my right pant leg. But regardless, Nagata working that Fujiwara armbar here. And this is so smart because I believe this is on the bandaged shoulder.
I think it actually isn't.
No,
oh yeah, it is. I guess it is. Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was. But also, that also's got to play into if he eventually gets the Shitome armbar locked in.
And now, normally, not saying that it's a weak submission hold by any means, but it really hasn't gotten him any victories or anything like that. But in this case, it just might. I mean, that shoulder of Shibata is in a bad way. He's also got the taped leg if Nagata would want to do something like that.
Precisely. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, the taped leg, I think, is something that we haven't really talked enough about. But it seems like it doesn't really matter because Nagata hasn't really been paying attention to it either. He's really focusing on that shoulder.
And I want to point your attention to something. I know, wait a minute here. Nagata may be thinking cross arm breaker. But I was going to say is when he went in for that pin attempt a few moments ago, he had the wrist clutch. He never lost control of that wrist. That's how brilliant Nagata can be in between those ropes. And now there's the cross arm breaker there, and Shibata very quickly, he knew it. He knew it. I mean, I have never seen a guy get to the ropes that fast. Shibata knew he was in deep trouble.
Yeah, and not only did he know he was in deep trouble, but he also knew exactly where the ropes were. He has that ring awareness. He knew where the ropes were. He knew how quickly he could get there, and he got there in as little time as possible.
And look at Shibata welcoming it. He's like, come on, Nagata. I know how hard you can hit. I know you're still anti-aging. I know you're still Blue Justice. Come on, hit me harder, he says.
Oh,
and look at
Shibata. The leg trip.
Good God.
That was savage. That was absolutely brutal. I mean, and now with the knees to the face, Shibata, a lot of the time when he throws knees, they're more to the midsection, but he's aiming directly for Nagata's face. And I think wow, all these boots to the face. Really, maybe he's going to try and just knock Nagata out. Maybe he's not going to even bother, trying to focus on a body part or trying to, focus on a limb or anything like that. He's just going to straight up, let's see if I can knock this old man out. And there you saw the basement delay drop kick to the head. Again, I want to emphasize most of those go to the chest area, but this one straight to the head. And there, the half Nelson suplex in 1, 2, and Nagata kicks out.
And I'll tell you, Shibata is just going to work. And there's a nice kick there right to the back. And Nagata trying to eat it. He's trying to suck it up here. There's a swift forearm. Another forearm, but Shibata responding. Oh, Nagata, though, he may be getting the better of this exchange. Oh, Shibata was just firing up. That's all. And there's another forearm and another forearm. Shibata now off the ropes. There's a boot by Nagata. Nagata off the ropes. Boot by Shibata. Shibata off the ropes. He gets caught, and there's the exploder suplex. Shibata eats it. And
but Shibata right back up into the German. And Nagata right back up. And the double boots.
Partner, this is absolute insanity.
And it's worth noting how smart was Shibata there. Nagata's right leg was technically on top of him, so he knew that instead of allowing the referee to start counting, he just rolled immediately over onto his stomach. Brilliant by Shibata.
Definitely. And now Shibata going to regain vertical first, albeit with the rope assistance. And now Nagata slowly getting up, and Shibata may use this time to strike. There's the shoot kick there to the chest. And now what's Shibata thinking here? Could it be a PK? No, go for the sleeper.
I think he's going to... wow. And immediately into the Shirome armbar with that right arm, that taped up right shoulder. This might actually end up being the end. Shibata, I mean, we know he was a little bit extra resilient against Naito just because of how much he hates him, but he doesn't have any ill will that we know of towards Nagata. Maybe he just wants to get this match done and over with. But I think maybe his spot in G1 being at stake might be what's keeping him going here, might be what's preventing him from tapping out. I think the real question, though, is he going to get to the ropes or is he going to counter? And if not, how long before he can tap? How much longer can he stand this before he taps out, John?
I mean, the torque on that Shirome, I mean, we've seen a lot of Shirome armbars in this tournament, but it really seems like in this particular match, Nagata really cranking it on. And if you're Kenny Omega, you're kind of biting your lip and nervous this here. You're watching with anticipation. Is Shibata going to tap? And I think his foot is close. He's got his foot on the ropes. He got his foot on the ropes.
Yeah.
And Nagata makes the clean break, more or less.
I don't think he even had his foot on the rope. I think it was just the toe of his boot. I don't think his toe was actually even touching the rope. He just barely had it on there.
No, look at Nagata, how smart. The arm breaker over the shoulder. Now, normally,
unbelievable. Nagata, it's weird to see Nagata being sort of more of the limb isolator in this match as opposed to what's been happening to him throughout the entire tournament. Maybe he's kind of trying to finally dish out medicine that's been fed to him all G1.
Well, did you see those knee strikes, partner, in the corner? And then the Shining Wizard there in the corner, the knee in the face. And, oh, could it be? The backdrop driver, but he didn't bridge
but
it,
he didn't
surprisingly.
bridge it. That's a problem. He's not going to get the 3 count off of this. He didn't bridge it.
And a kick out by
Shibata kicks out as predicted. Nagata has one of the best backdrop drivers in the business, but he needs to bridge it if he wants to win with it.
Yeah, I don't understand why, when you had Shibata so disoriented, you did not bridge that backdrop driver. Now Nagata off the
Is Nagata going for a PK? And he hits it. Nagata with the penalty kick.
2. And Shibata kicks out.
And Shibata kicks out. If I'm Shibata, I'm offended. Not only is this guy disrespecting me by going after my shoulder when I've been nothing but respectful to his left knee, which I know is injured and would be easy for me to take advantage of. Now he uses my finish against me. Yeah, that would piss me off if I'm Shibata.
And I think Shibata trying to stay pissed off. He just ate that boot. And now Nagata again.
And now he's going to eat another one, isn't he?
Oh, my
God. He's getting... Oh, but these strikes here from Nagata... bunch of forearms. He hit him with a knee and another forearm. But now look at this. The drop kick. When was the last time you saw Shibata use a drop kick, John?
I can't even remember, partner. And look at that double underhook suplex there into the lateral press. And Nagata kicks out.
Only a 2 count.
And
now into the sleeper. I was waiting. I'm surprised he didn't go for the sleeper before that double underhook suplex, but I guess he wanted to get that in just to see if it would be enough to take Naito or to take Nagata down. And it wasn't. And now the sleeper follow through. If Shibata can get his right arm cinched in deep enough, he can put Nagata away with this. But he has it. Oh, this might be it. Oh no, Nagata has his right arm clasped. He's keeping himself alive with that control of Shibata's right arm. If he loses control of that right arm, Shibata's going to take this.
That technical acumen from Nagata on display. He's not out of this yet. He's just got to maintain control. Can he break it over his shoulder like an arm breaker? He's got it stretched out. Now look at this. He's kind of stretching it there. He realized it again. Look at the resiliency by Nagata. Another arm break, and he breaks out of it. I'll be damned. I'll be damned. Nagata broke out of it.
Yeah, that's impressive. That's surprising is what that is.
Oh, but then right back to it is Shibata. Shibata persistent. And look at the arm just draped to the side.
And he's got it sunk in tight. This is going to be it, John. This is going to be the end of the match.
I'd have to agree, Nagata. You could see him wincing. He doesn't want to totally fade away here. But I don't think he has a he's sunk. He's sunk. That's it. That's it.
Oh, and is Shibata going to go for the Naito finish here where he just passes Nagata out?
I think that's what he's aiming for. Nagata is fading here, guys. He's going to have to tap.
It's weird, though, because Shibata has the sleeper. Like, he doesn't have it sunk in as deep as he could now. Now he does. He had his hands clasped, but I don't know what's going on here. Nagata, his hand was moving.
Yeah, Red Shoe's stepping in. It's over.
Oh, no, the ref's calling for it. I guess that's the end of the match. Oh, wow. And there Nagata actually tapped. I don't know if you saw that, and I know the ref didn't see it because he was doing it while the ref was calling for the bell, but Nagata actually tapped on Shibata's arms to let him know that he submitted, I guess.
I did see that, and I think that was just a formality. Red Shoe's doing the right thing, stepping in. Nagata's welfare had to come into question. Shibata had that hooked in deep. He gets
Shibata, though, now 5-3. That is huge. Shibata now has the same record as Kenny Omega, and now, I mean, Kenny Omega has got to have some concern about this because Shibata, all he needs, and it's no small matter, but at the end of the day, all that Shibata needs to do now is defeat Evil. And Evil, as good as he is, he does only have 3 wins in this block. He's not been the best competitor. He's actually towards the bottom of the heap right now. And if Shibata can overcome Evil, that would mathematically eliminate Kenny Omega from B block contention.
And I'll tell you, partner, look, if Shibata beats Evil, isn't that the most privileged position? Because Shibata's beaten both Kenny Omega and Naito. So if he beats Evil, isn't that it?
Well, then Michael Elgin would still be in the running. And I think Elgin beat Shibata, didn't he?
I believe you're correct. He did.
Yeah, so that would really just leave Elgin, and Elgin has Nakajima.
Right. Oh,
so
man.
It's definitely an interesting situation. And hey, speaking of Elgin, He is up next, and he is taking on Honma. Elgin needs to win this in order to stay in B block contention. Match, it is over for him because then it would be impossible for him to catch Naito. So that's definitely going to be interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned.